47 watts on the 0.27 coil. Here we go. I'm nervous. I hope it's a really good flavor. On a 0 to 10, I'm going to give it a 9. Legitimately, a 9. I really legitimately like this device. I really wish I got it in black. I just saw yellow, and anytime I look up a mod, I always look to see if they got yellow, because that is my favorite color, even though this looks more like an orange to me, but it is what it is. All in all, solid device. Keep in mind, if you do pick this up as your first kit, you're going to need a single 18650, and you can essentially charge this with the micro USB. I just recommend you to use an external jammy before you start plugging things in to charge them. You can update the firmware on this, but Joytech I don't really follow too much in regards to them updating their firmware on the mods. All in all, solid box mod. Great flavor, great vapor production, just that one-sided airflow, which I absolutely despise. And I've kept it real. Have you?
There. The V80, just like the V200, hits tremendously quick. Like, it fires so fast. There's almost no delay between pushing the button and when it starts firing. I'm a huge fan of that. The mod itself just feels incredible in my hand and in my pocket. It's such a great daily carry, or if you're trying to be discreet or just not have a massive mod, this is something to consider because it is so small and so reliable, and it feels really comfortable no matter which way I have it in my hand. It was designed really well. Just the shape of it, the length, the width, everything. I'm a big fan. And that's going to bring us to the Amor NSE tank. This tank is one of the reasons why I love this kit so much. The mod on its own is pretty great, but when you put the whole kit together, I'm just such a big fan of it. And this is the same reason I was a big fan of the V200. It's so versatile. It has something for everybody. They built this with direct long vapors and mount to long vapors in mind. It comes with two coils, a direct long at 0.27 and a mouth to long at like 1.3 or 1.2, I think it is. And this tank allows you to do either. And this mod just fits so well for either as well. So I'm doing direct long, and I have the airflow on it all the way open. I'm running 45-ish watts, probably actually 50 is where I usually do this. Wide open, all the way. Here we go, direct long. This coil, the same coil heads that came with the V200, I wasn't like blown away by the V200 coil head, that 0.27 coil. This one is worlds better. Like, I'm talking tremendously better. This flavor, the flavor I'm getting off of this is surprisingly good. I'm blown away by it. I was not expecting this kind of performance out of it. It's delicious. So then if you wanted to do mouth to lung with this guy, you put in the other coil, turn this airflow, adjustable airflow down. It goes from the slot, you can start closing it down, and then two holes appear, and you can close those down even further, go down to one hole, and even close that all the way down. So you can severely restrict the airflow. And with that restrictive mouth to lung coil in here, you can get a really great mouth to lung hit. It does mouth to lung really well. There's a lot of kits on the market that claim that they can do both, but the airflow just isn't restrictive enough, or there's something that's not there. But this allows for a really fantastic mouth to lung. Let me give you a little idea. Here's 18 watts. I know it's not the right coil, but you can get a general idea of how restricted the airflow is. This is one hole open. Beautiful. Beautiful, restricted, really great mouth to lung if you want it. But like I said, I've been blown away by this coil head. I'm loving the flavor I'm getting out of it. The airflow's smooth with the perfect amount of kind of minor turbulence, I guess would be a way to say it. Like, it's just enough that it gives me that really nice, warm, dense vapor, saturated flavor that I really love. It does have my favorite fill system, push to open. We have one big fill hole here at the top. Even with a dropper bottle, I've been able to fill this with no issues. All right, so the only kind of minor thing is that when you slide this closed, There's inevitably every time a little bit of juice left on this ledge that gets pushed off and then onto the face of your tank. Nothing a minor little wipe can't handle, nothing worth taking points off for. The glass and the acrylic drip tip are going to match whatever color kit you buy, so the whole thing is going to match spectacularly. I'm actually really digging the yellow, which is not generally a color that I'm a big fan of, but in this setup, I like it. It just looks great. Oh, the flavor's I'm blown away. It's so good. I'm loving carrying this kit around because it's so small, so discreet. The battery life is better than I ever thought it would be with an 18650, a single 18650. Not a whole lot to bitch about on this one.
Kind of vapor, again, affordable. And this is a super, super affordable kit. 30 quid for the mod, 50 quid for the kit. And unlike a lot of budget and affordable gear out there, this is cracking in my opinion. I really like the style of the mod. I really like the removable 18650 battery. I really like the board. We'll come back to a lot of this stuff when we sum up, but yeah, I think I totally get why this kit exists, and I think it's a very, very good kit for a lot of reasons that I'll get into. Just focusing on this tank for a second, we've got top fill, we've got a range of coils available for this. The tank matches the mod if you get it as a kit, so this glass section matches this section here if you get it as a kit. Now the actual tank, so when you get it in a kit, when you get this tank, you get two coil heads. Now you get the 0.27 coil head, which is the WSM, and that is the new tank for the new coil head for this kit. This is a mesh coil head now, and its recommended best is 45 watts, which is what I'm at. 45 watts with this new mesh coil. Great flavour and great clouds, really screaming. And the really good thing about this is that best of 45 watts. 45 watts is the perfect wattage range to be at on a mod like this, a single cell regulated mod. 45 watts will have good battery life. A lot of these kits now are coming with too high wattage requirement for the actual single cell thing, so that's very, very good. It also comes with another coil head, a mouth to lung coil head. That one is called the WS04 mouth to lung 1.3 ohm coil head, and that is recommended 8 to 14 watts, and I did use that in a previous review. That is a coil head that's already been out there. It's actually a very solid mouth to lung coil head that I did quite like first time round. And I will cover that when I come back to this tank in a future review, because I need to cover this one as well. This is the Sinuous V200 mod, which again has this same tank, so we'll come back around to that mouth to lung coil head when we get there, but I already know I like it because I've used it before. So there we go. So that is the coil head situation. In terms of pros and cons for this tank, overall I really like the tank. When you put it down to the mouth to lung settings, it is a real mouth to lung. It's quite loose, but it's a real mouth to lung vape. When you're in full lung mode, great, cloudy, tasty, all that good stuff, smooth. For a sub tank's not that noisy, you know, a lot of them are. Top fill works very, very well as well. The only thing I'll say about that, over time it'd probably get quite slack. So something to bear in mind. But I'm talking about over quite a lot of use, it feels like it might get a bit slack. And that's true for a lot of these top fill that work like this. But so yeah, a solid tank. A tank I quite like. A tank I quite like for sure. The Amor NSE. Right. So this, so that is that. That's the tank.